High Plains Technology Center, turning education and training into workplace success.
Oh, back to school, to prove to Dad that I'm not a fool.
High Plains Technology Center, education at the speed of business. School is now in session.
All right, here we are, Wednesday morning. Taylor Burnett sitting in with you. It has been a long time off. Thanks for Katie filling in for me. I've just been traveling. I'd say the world, but that'd be a lie. I really haven't gone very far other than Tulsa and Dallas and Oklahoma City a lot. But excited to be back. Here we are. We're encroaching on turkey time as well. So wanted to give a shout out. I've got two guests today. I'm very excited about this because I was asking Katie who she's interviewed, who can get on the show in the morning, and she gave me a name, and I was way excited because I've gotten to know this person a little bit this past year as well. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Tristan Haws, and I am a student at High Plains Technology Center.
That away, Tristan. So Tristan has really just been the Johnny on the spot with a lot of things. We'll get to that a little bit later. And my favorite instructor.
Oh,
hopefully.
You tell that to everyone.
I do. I was just gonna say, hopefully not everybody else is listening, but no, seriously, jack of all trades. And I will not say master of none because she is utterly incredible and such an asset to our school.
I appreciate that.
And introduce yourself. You just instead of your voice, you go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Leanne Meyer. I'm the multimedia instructor at High Plains Technology Center.
This is just really cool because we've started a lot of different things. These two have been down at my building a lot lately, and stuff like that. But Tristan, I want to start with you with things because congratulations.
Thank you.
By the way, state officer.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah.
State officer, when were you elected?
I was elected a couple weeks ago. It was this entire process that I had to go through. It was me and 5 others, and
That's
so
cool.
I got elected. But
So what was it like when you heard your name called as a state officer?
it was really exciting because
Okay.
I was the last one to be called. So
Yeah.
I'm one of 4, and I was the last one. I didn't think I got it, and
Okay.
then he got it. Everyone was cheering, and it was probably one of the cooler moments.
And see you working hard on it, honestly, to see, from afar, I know Leanne's seen a lot closer up, but how you've matured and grown is pretty cool to see, and kudos to you. Do you want to give any special shout outs to another person that's not in the studio that I know helps you as well? Mrs. Kellen?
Yeah, Mrs. Kellen.
Yeah.
Mrs. Kellen helped me a lot during that process.
Yeah, I know she did. And, she's kind of stepped into a different role, and she's kind of taken that bull by the horns with that as well. She can be bossy and tell you what to do at times, right? And you listen, correct?
Yeah, she is pretty bossy. She helped me a lot with my speech.
That's cool.
She helped me get it memorized and told me what I should be doing and shouldn't be doing, and it really helped me.
And you are what's your exact title of your state office?
So I don't have an exact title yet.
Okay, all right.
I go this week.
That's right.
Yeah, I go starting tomorrow. I get elected, or I'm already elected, but I get my role.
Okay.
And so right now I'm just a post-secondary state officer.
Okay. And explain post-secondary to those that might not know. I understand it because it's in
Yeah.
my title now. I kind of have to understand it.
So post-secondary is everyone that's graduated from high school. So if you're not in high school, you're a post-secondary. But if you are, then you're a secondary.
There you go. Okay. So for listeners that might not know, what does a state officer actually do?
So as a state officer, I will help plan events. I'll run events. I will participate in opening closing. So that's like public speaking and stuff like that.
That's cool.
And so it's this giant ceremony that you have to do in unison with all the other officers.
And Tristan, I'm telling you, I know when you said that they've helped you with your speeches and everything like that, what you're learning, because that was out of your shell a little bit, correct?
It was.
Yeah. What you are learning is probably one of the most underrated skills for people to know, and you are developing that at a young age because, it's the number one fear for a reason for people, right?
Yes.
Was that first one where you just like, I don't know if I can do this?
It was really scary. As I said, opening, closing, that was out of my shell. Someone got me to do that.
That's cool.
And so I had a little bit of experience from that. But going up there and doing opening, closing, it brought me out of my shell in order to speak. And so doing the state officer, I was still nervous. I'm always going to be nervous.
And that's okay.
It's all about being confident during your speech.
You're right. Guess what? I've given a lot of speeches, and I've done, I talk a lot, as you well know.
Yeah.
And I still get nervous at times as well, especially dependent upon, because guess what? Some days I wake up and I don't even want to do things like that. But to break through that barrier and break through what you're doing is probably the biggest skill that you're learning right now as well, the leadership. How's your organizational skills? You said you're organizing things. You can be good with that?
I'm pretty good at organizing things whenever they're pretty important.
Okay.
It just depends on what it is. I'm pretty good at organizing my schedule more than anything.
Okay. All right.
I like organizing my schedule, and I know what days I'm doing things and
Well,
what days I'm not.
All right. So, as I've said, we've got to know the past. You guys both, the past year a little bit with more. So, with the video podcast, you've been a huge part of that. What made you step up and lead instead of just being in the class with this?
So last year I was a secondary.
Yep.
I wasn't a post-secondary. It was my senior year, and I had this friend of mine who I hadn't really talked to much. He was like, "I need you on the team. You're joining Skills USA," and I didn't want to disappoint, and so I did it. I was like, "It's not gonna be much. I'm just gonna go to one competition, and that'll be it." And then halfway through that, I realized like this actually motivates me. I want to do this,
Man.
and I want to do good at it. And so then I was like, I'm actually kind of good at this. I want to do it, and it's helping me. And so I'm embracing it now. I want to get better at these things. And so that's also what kind of ran me to be state officer.
You have two people beaming, really, because that's the motivation that we both can have and to continue on. Wouldn't you say, Leanne?
Absolutely. And, these are just skills that they're going to use, that he's going to use later whenever he gets out into the real world and is in the job force, the workforce. These are the skills he's going to be using. And one thing that he didn't tell you, that whenever they were doing the elections after his speech, they also asked a question on stage that he was not prepared for. They had no idea what it was going to be.
Yeah, all right.
And, I'm probably a little biased, but I thought his speech was by far the best, and just his public speaking was the best, and his answer was just fabulous.
That's cool. That's neat. Awesome. So what's one thing you've learned about storytelling and communication and working on the camera crew that kind of surprised you a little bit with things?
It takes a lot of teamwork.
Yeah.
Like, as someone who used to be shy, I thought I could get in there and like keep to myself. You can't. You have to talk to others, and the more you embrace talking to others, the better it'll go. It's just something you don't expect. It definitely brings you out of your shell without you expecting it.
Well, you've done tremendous with that too. So I want to hit on something that I think is way cool, because it's something that you've kind of grasped and taken on. You started your own business, in essence. You're taking pictures, correct?
Yes, sir.
So how long ago did that start?
Last year I did it for yearbook class, and the year before that. So I've always taken photos, but I never got paid for it.
Yeah.
And so I got into the multimedia class, and I realized like I'm actually pretty good at the photography stuff once I started learning about it. And so that made me want to embrace it. And so now I've started my own business, and I'm pursuing that.
So how would they get in touch with you? Because I want to give you a plug here. You're doing stuff for High Plains.
Yeah.
We got to give you a plug as well.
So I have a Facebook just under Tristan Haws.
Okay.
And then I have an Instagram.
Spell that last name for people just in case.
Haws. It is a pretty weird name.
Okay.
It's like Hawk, but with an S.
All right. There you go.
And then my Instagram is my main source.
Okay.
That's haws.journal.
Okay. All right. So what is that made you think, hey, I'm pretty good at capturing these moments? Because I've seen you on the sidelines a lot. I have a daughter that was at the football games, and I didn't really realize you were doing this until one day I finally asked you. What made you think that I've got an eye for this. This is something I could do?
So I did it for yearbook. So I already kind of had an eye for it, but then I entered the multimedia program and I started learning about it. And then I was like, I'm going to continue because I like it. It's something I'm interested in. And I've never been athletic. I'm not the sporty type, but I realized that I love capturing the sports.
That's cool.
And so I was like,
sports is your forte, kind of, right?
Yeah. So I'm all around sports, and I was like, this is actually really cool. And I compared myself to some other people, and I was like, I think I can pick this up pretty well. And so I was like, I may as well give it a shot. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
So what's harder, speaking in front of a group, getting the perfect photo, or running a camera on the live podcast and editing it?
Probably getting the perfect photo.
Okay.
It's pretty hard to get a perfect photo.
You've got a great mentor, though, too. I mean, we've witnessed how much of a stickler she can be with things at times, too, right? She's got a good eye, right?
Yep.
So if a younger student is listening and don't know where they fit yet, because you know what you are right now. You're a leader.
Yep.
Okay. What would you tell them?
I would tell them just to try and find that comfort spot, but never sit in it. You are always going to want to talk to other people. I would say the biggest thing is get along with like student services, Mrs. Holderman, you, and everyone else at High Plains. It is so welcoming, and they are always willing to help you. Even if it's not for school, if it's personal, they'll be there to help you. And so you always just want to find what you're good at. And I would recommend joining any competition, not just skills.
There you go.
Because I believe, as Mrs. Meyer, my advisor, said, it's just something you can use in the future.
Yep.
It's always about the soft skills. And for me, it was more of a resume builder, and then I got into it.
There you go.
And so it's definitely just something I would recommend to anyone.
We just cut our commercial right there, when it comes to everything.
We've already got our soundbite.
So, Leanne, you've watched Tristan grow from really up close and everything. What's one thing that the community in High Plains that might not know that they should know about him?
I just think that Tristan, whenever you first meet him, he seems pretty quiet and unassuming. But whenever you really see him in the classroom, he really has become a leader. He can be almost a second teacher sometimes, because he's one of them. If he sees a student that may have a question and maybe they don't feel comfortable asking me, or I may be helping another student, Tristan is right there explaining something or helping them in a way that maybe I'm not helping them. He can see that, and he's just really become a really great leader and way more outspoken than you would ever think.
It was really one-on-one. It was my take. You were great. You were different one-on-one. When you were in the class last year, it was different at the beginning.
So,
yeah,
absolutely.
I will say that.
And he's just really stepped up this year, and it's
cool.
just amazing, the transformation, I think.
So your multimedia program, I think, really shines and builds more confidence than you even probably know as well, not just technical. How do you help students find their voice? What's that?
I really try to get to know them and to know a little bit about them and find their interests so that we can then target some of their projects around that interest. Once they find that, then they can really start developing their passion. Maybe it's agriculture. Then I want to find projects that they can do the photography or videography, and they can embrace it in that area.
Because it's such a growing thing.
Absolutely.
Talk about the entrepreneurial spirit. There's ways that they can do this, and it's not just a fad. It's not just a trend. You and I have talked about, and you can do it from wherever in the world as
Absolutely.
well. Because I know that my daughter's place of business in Oklahoma City, the person is a college intern that is working in Stillwater and driving to Oklahoma City. You can do that anywhere. That's way cool.
And it doesn't have to be multimedia.
Yep.
It could be in any career. They're going to use these skills.
So if a student is listening and unsure whether they want to be in multimedia, what would you say to them?
I just think that if you are creative, and it doesn't even have to be creative, but if you have a passion for photography, you're a little bit artistic, videography, drones, that's the class for you.
Yes.
And if you like to move around and get up and go into other classes outside in the community, this is the class for you.
That's cool. So once again, thanks you both for being here. I mean, I just had to have you both on here. When Katie said that'd be a perfect one, I go, great, it's a done deal. And I just want to commend you as well, and commend Miss Myers also. I mean, what she's done also has a huge part of it, and even Tammy, Mrs. Kellen also. He's driving you around, as we get ready to speak. So good luck this week. Ready for you to move on and see what you can do. And don't forget us at High Plains when you grow up and become a big deal, right?
Yep, I will not.
All right, cool. All right, thanks everybody, and we'll see you next week.